We set the trend in the script.
Absolutely. You are, you have been, you will be under the groove.
Snip this glue, get in the zone, because we got to go do something. So that's what we did. And I'm going to be honest with you, I used to like it. You got people from the east and the west and different places, you know, to come over and groove with us.
Was Hoover Groovers a part of Hoover? You know, never met a Hoover Groover. Me and you was never in my life. But
a part of what was called the Bonzella Crips.
Hoover Groovers ain't started no Hoover Crips. And we hit that hand moving on you, walking in your house.
Wait, do that again.
Hit that hand moving on you, that messed up your whole party. You are, you have been, you will be under the groove.
Been around each other.
Oh, yeah, you got history with a lot of your homies, rappers and shit. You know, so yeah, you again.
Oh, like my bro.
Y'all bought the right cat. Y'all bought the right cat. Nihada, talk to me, man.
Go ahead.
Your experiences, man. Who was it? Was it Hola first?
Hola.
You met?
Well, I'm not gonna say that because Hola went. By the time I told Hola Ray. By the time we started pushing up there at that time, him and TS and all them caught the little case.
Yeah.
So we started pushing up there around.
But you knew him before that?
Yeah, I heard of him. I knew about him. Yeah. But I just actually seeing him and, you know, really just paying attention to it because he already had a brother, Spider and them from the foe, Spike and them from them, Deuce and all them, the Jeeps and all them was already hanging over there. Scooby and them was coming through there.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So I met a whole bunch of them coming through there on the First Street. First Street always had a gang of Virg gangs coming through. Yeah. So that's how I, you know, met them at a younger age. But at Gardena, I'm gonna say the Lemon Deuces, sprinkle of 107s was there. We always pushing, doing the same thing, getting busy with it, you know, whoever was getting busy with, things like that and that nature. So I liked the 11 Deuces because they was a little smaller than us at that time. We, you know, this is a Gardena school. Yeah. And they were strong.
What year was that?
It's 82, probably the 84, 81, 84.
Yeah, they grown.
Like that
I got you.
Yeah, they was a little smaller, but they was there. They was connected. They was tied in.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Lay low.
They pushed with some shotguns and some paybacks all day long. So we was there. We was thick. And they represented that shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much then. Then when I start getting to the system, you know, I'm on that Crip gang thing.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So I'm going with all allies, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I push with the Virg gang through the whole thing. Yeah. Everybody know that.
And one thing I do know, and lucky I just met you, brother, you know, I met you recently, but you two brothers, the homies know y'all. I love you.
Right.
I know for a fact.
Right.
You know,
I met 1,000 y'all. I know it's still more than that, but I met 1,000 through the system. I tell the motherfucker right now, if I go anywhere and there's some movies there and I don't know not one something wrong on the set. That's on the set. Because I done been around that shit. I just did a dub. Me and Luck just did a dub. And we pushing with the gang. We push with the gang. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
That, you know, again, man, it's the relationship, man. You know what I mean? That I want to speak to, man. Paybacks, man, and the Hoovers. With the paybacks with the Hoovers. And I think we have a relationship there that a lot of other sets can't speak on,
right?
Or you know, or relate to. You know what I mean? And then that's not to exclude the gangsters, A-Trade gangsters, you know, the kitchens, or whatever, you know, the shotguns and insanes, for instance. But I understand that our relationship, go way back.
Exactly.
Go way back, man. You know. Dealing with, you know, the founders of that Payback.
I'm gonna say in the 70s, somewhere in the 74, 5, 3. Yeah.
They go way back,
sliding on some shit. Right.
Yeah. You know, and that's a beautiful thing, man. Like I said, man, just to have y'all here and we're discussing just our relationship, man. And you know, how all that, you know, the experiences formatted our relationship. To me is a beautiful thing, man, because, you know, we still here. You know, we still, you know.
Right, exactly.
Still brothers.
Right.
You know, man. That's a good look, man. That's a good look. And I'm pretty sure it took a lot of work.
Yeah.
Took a lot of work.
A lot of work, a lot of conversations and meetings and things like that. Our set, we have a old set. It's a small set, but that gives us the liberty to structure our set how we want it to go from here to wherever it's going to take us to. So we still have meetings dating back from the 70s. We still going to huddle. We still lace homies with what we doing, which direction we going, and how we going to do it. This the protocol. And if you don't want to adhere to it, then find somewhere else that you liberty to do what you want to do.
What you just said is significant, man, because it don't a lot of sets, but be they small or large,
Right?
Don't do that anymore.
Yeah, we was doing at a young age. We was doing a monthly thing at the park, handing out the whoever in jail, they go get the hat. You know what I'm saying? Talk, right? Make sure every month, 3 homies go get some money. You know what I'm saying? It might back then we probably about 15, 20 homies the most in jail, but every month 3 homies got it. Then we switch over to the next month. Another 3 get it, so everybody got it. Everybody got the pictures, the letter, and the change, and the support. And that kept us strong. Up in there as individuals.
That's solid shit, though, bro.
Yeah, it's a good feeling.
That shit, a good feeling.
That's a hell of a feeling.
That's an understatement.
When your homies ascended it.
Yeah, homie. You know how much that mean to cats?
Hell yeah.
Up in there, man, when they loved ones support them like that, man, got their back.
You know what's coming.
Yeah,
if your girl, your mama, and all them, your daddy, and them, I'm saying it's coming from the homies. With payback on.
That's some beautiful shit.
Yeah. And I think like what you said, I think some people don't understand the gravity of what that means when you locked up in the cell and they slide the envelope up under your cell and you got some pictures of the street and it reconnects you and bonds you and let you know somebody took the time out.
You're not there, but
here
you are.
And I used to love it when I slide that thing. I see I done got about 10 flicks from time.
Yeah.
Here's a gift. I wanted to see what was going on.
Right. And you know it's coming. You know it's coming.
Not only that, though,
There was no cell phones yet, so
on the letter.
Right.
But you're gonna see it on the.
Not only that, though, look, you bragging about it.
Yeah.
You took the pictures outside on the yard.
Exactly.
Hey, man, look, the homies, you know what I mean? That was to get down, man.
Right.
And don't get a letter, because I could, with the stamp on it, some money on back in the day.
Right.
It
might be 40, it might be 35 or something.
Yeah. I'm gonna make it to canteen.
You're going to make it to canteen. Because sometimes I'm gonna be in the ag shed, so you really ain't you really
my family.
You really can't do too much. You in the ag shed or you in the shoe, and here come that little 35.
Come on, man.
That's the max up in that motherfucker.
Come on, man.
Your homie done sent you the max. Yeah. They're making you back gang up.
That's to get down, man.
All that shit. You want to start playing, horse playing.
Come on, man. You turned up. As they say.
Exactly.
You turned up in there.
It's coming.
But
every month it's coming. Something coming.
You know, it was a lot of jubilee. I was happy.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, school would send me some money, man.
Right.
Face would send me some money. Frog would,
Right.
I could have been doing bad.
Yeah.
But that shit comes.
I told Big Frog, man, every Hoover I ran into, he sent a whole bunch of flicks, man. When I seen him with they flicks, I was like, boy, I get to look at it. He said, Frog, the homie Frog from the foe. I'm like, okay, I knew he did that. He was doing it like Talk. I'm be honest with you.
So Talk, you stayed on that type of shit. Huh?
I did. That really meant something to me. Because it was, even though I was a gang member, that was a fraternity. These my brothers and homegirls too. Yeah. So I felt out of obligation to keep the unity there. Yeah, I'm gonna send them letter. So what I would do, I write one letter and I copy it like 30 times. It'd be like 30 homies.
I got you. I got
it. Right. And then every now and then I write a little memo down at the bottom specifically for him.
If he has something personal to say.
Right.
Got you.
But they always getting the same
PS, right?
Yeah, the letter was talking to all of us.
Got
it. So we all getting the same thing.
Yeah. Because I wanted to keep them dialed in because I know what it's like to be, separated and then not knowing what's going on. And I think that's what happens with a lot of, hoods that if they not getting the memo, if they not getting the same information, then they come home and they, whether they get caught slipping or they still tripping on them dudes over there. And no, because nobody communicated to them.
You want to make them aware.
I want to make them aware. I want to make them included because everybody brings value to the set. Everybody. It don't matter, who you are, how long you've been from the set. You important to the set. I want to keep that unity there.
Did you know that was some powerful shit you was doing?
Did
you realize
at that time?
You didn't trip.
Yeah, I did.
It was just something you were committed.
It was something. So again, Slim always being my mentor. When he was in CIM, he was going to TS or wherever he was going, YTS. his moms would take me and truck up there to go visit him. So we own pictures, you know, as teenagers or whatever. It's like, okay, you know, and then he telling me, navigating me, even though he in prison, you know,
He hollering at you.
like, yeah, this is what we do, and this is how we do it, and kind of like delegated me to do certain things.
Ain't that something?
And me not wanting to, you know, disappoint him, really, because
this
really,
is a G getting at you.
yeah, this is a G, and this ain't no G like what you would qualify a G now. Some of these,
Right,
a lot of our hoods, you a
right.
G, but you 30, 40, 50 years older
Yeah.
than the little homie.
Yeah.
But this was a G, like almost like a big brother type
Right.
person with a good name, good standing. You ain't never hearing nothing bad said. So yeah, whatever cuz tell me to do is done, and I ain't gonna let you down. So I would take my marching orders, make sure that the set is, you know, what it's supposed to be. And a lot of times that made me be the bad guy because somebody might needed an issue or whatever.
Gotcha.
And so if Taco calling, it's a meeting, and somebody leaving with an issue, then that's just what it is. I mean, this is the only way how we can run a tight ship. And you know, so but to keep that structure there, and that was one of the things that has kept us as a small set because of, you know, how we had to run that. If you hit a foul ball, if you did something that didn't merit you to belong to this community anymore, you had to go. And some people didn't want to go, or, you know, they felt some kind of way. A lot of politicking.
Yeah.
So it's not just that we've been around for 50 years. It took a lot of work, and it's not just by one person. It's a collective.
And Payback has been around.
Yeah,
for 50 years.
50 years.
50 years. Noted, duly noted.
We finna get
50 years.
50 years.
Hey, man, I'm impressed. And I'm not impressed because, you know, a lot of sets done the same thing. But I'm impressed because just how you went about doing what you did, you know, because I can't, you know, I don't know if homies did photocopies of letters and shit 30 at a time.
Yeah.
You know, photos and money and not regulating, but orchestrating, making sure homies, you know, knew that they were still a part of the get down, though they were separate. They were gone, removed from the get down, the process. That's what impressed me, man.
That's power. There's power behind that.
Yeah, man. That's love behind
right.
it. That's
even the homegirls got the same thing. The homegirls got the same
down
shit.
love, homie.
Right.
You you know, I man, like I say, man, yeah, I did a life sentence, man, and the love I got was phenomenal. You know what I mean? I don't have nothing bad to say about the homies, but just hearing made me feel like, damn, shit, that's powerful shit.
You know what? I got that from a lot of homies to where they would get the letter, they would let their celly read the letter. And be like, I wrote that to you though, homies. Yeah, but they homies ain't
right.
Read the letter.
Wow.
I try to send something inspiring and motivating, you know, to get homies. So my conviction lies here. 50 years is honorable. That's good
yes, sir.
Thing. But if somebody that wasn't from the culture or didn't really understand
yes, sir,
what the mission was, they would say, Taco, 50 years of what? What's the mission? You had 50 years, and the 50 years accumulated to what? And so that's the thing that bothers me, because I want the best for my community. I swear to God, I do.
So 50 years for what then, Taco? Can
50
you express
years, and it could be love, it could be commitment.
Yeah.
Because if I knew at my 12-year-old mind that being a part of the set is going to require that I go to jail for one day or one lifetime. It's going to require that I get beat up, beat down, stabbed, you know, shot, or having to shoot somebody else. And that's a requirement of being from the set. And again, making that decision as a 12-year-old boy and then keeping that philosophy at 58 is extremely difficult, because I got to navigate through that, because I'm a father of 4 children. I got grandchildren now. So even while I was a father, my first child, being a married husband, I was still cripping. And it just wasn't nothing going to stop me from doing that. But I have to ask myself, at which point do I come up with a mission statement? First of all, for myself, what is my mission and purpose in life? But then if I got influence of my homies. Where am I taking them? What path am I taking them down?
Where you leading them?
Yeah,
Where you leading them to?
Because again, if the rites of passage was all right, Luck, you got to go to jail, you got to put in work, you got to get shot, you might end up dead, but this is the rites of passage, this is the marching orders. And I think back like, damn, I wouldn't want nobody to do that to my son. I don't want my son to, go through all that.
Hey.
So I want to be able to embrace the set, but also at the same time be productive, that we can live productive lives in a safe environment. And again, I love the set. I don't think nothing will ever stop me from claiming the set, but at the same time,
you don't claim the set, man. You're a representative.
I represent
you
the set.
concrete, man. You in there,
Yeah. And I want the best for my homies, though. I really do. And I just want to figure out how do I do that, rather it's, again, if it's like a badge of honor. So when I got shot, it was a badge of honor. I was surprised that I had lived. Then we got shot 2 different occasions by the same person, but I took it as a badge of honor. I remember being on the bed, being wheeled into the hospital, giving myself the thumbs up, like, damn, yeah, I did it.
I made it.
I got busted on. And I didn't just get busted on. I got busted on in the most traditional way that there is. The dude asked me where I was from, and the last words I said was "Payback Crip," and he got off on me. He was with 3 other dudes. I thought he was just gonna pack me out, but it didn't matter if he had a burner or not. But I'm thinking, damn, how insane is that? How many people have died after saying where they was from, knowing that this man got a gun?
Here could be my end. Yeah,
but my mind told me, I ain't a buster, homie. You ain't just finna go say, yeah, I found Taco when he claimed said whatever. Nah,
he punked
do whatever you gonna do,
yeah.
homie. But the fact that I was alive, on that gurney, I said, all right, that's good. That's off my to-do list. I did everything else. I've been peeing and put in work, did everything. Like, bro, I'm good.
Powerful shit.
Right.
Hey, man, let me come over to Lucky. So you guys had this Taco established this get down, man, for the homies, for the Payback Crips. Wanted to make sure that everybody understood that you meant something to the get down, How did that reflect to you? What did that make you feel like? You said, you spoke on it briefly, but let us know how you feel, how that made you feel as an individual, being a part of what this situation was, what he was pushing and orchestrating.
It was pretty much like that, and where I was, understood that from the beginning, even before
you went there,
prison and the letters and all that little type of stuff, because back then it was, embedded in us, like the hood and the homies and all that was second family.
Yeah.
So in regards to the homies, I got the older homies.
You could almost say immediate family to some extent for some of us.
In regards to, Big Knee and Talk, those my big homies, and in the family sense, it's like those my big uncles, or some shit like that. So the bond was real, the relationship we had, regardless of the age gaps and all that little type of stuff. It was always some sort of connection. So with Talk, and once that all started and the letters and all that stuff, that always felt good.
Yeah.
And then the support.
Did you show the letters off? Did you let your celly read them?
That was off.
See the flicks and shit,
We had pictures. We always shared.
You got off the bunk and shit. You walk around the cell and shit like,
We put the best ones in the photo album.
Right.
Always like to show off their photo album.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like the homies is always, some homie shit, no writers, all that little type of shit.
Yeah.
So it always felt good, and the support, like I say, it never left. Like the support, I've been getting the support for the last 2 years with the homies getting me through before I got out here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like without them, it would have been a whole lot
a little rougher.
You know what I mean? Just because of, the support factor, what I mean, who was available. So it's like they always been there for me, never denied me and all that type of stuff. So it always felt good, knowing you had like people you could rely on if things got sticky like that, or you was in need. I knew I could call Need. I knew I could call Taco, and got money for both of them. I think I owe a couple. I think I might owe somebody. I think I owe both of them. The support and love always been.
I think Taco say no. How to say no?
If he hit a lick, I'm on him. If he hit a lotto, I'm on him. I'm on. He gonna look in the mirror view mirror. I'm right behind him.
I think that these brothers, man, you know, the payback is, and that's appropriate. The payback is how you represent what you've gotten and seen from these brothers, what they gave to you. You know what I mean? I don't necessarily think that they would look, they would give my money.
Right. No.
How you, I'm just saying,
Right,
bro.
right,
And
right.
I know you don't,
Right.
listening to you, they bought the right dude, a young cat.
Right.
A young cat.
That's been through it all. Been through it all.
He's articulate, man.
Yeah.
Shit. I'm just saying that to say, man, I'm on the outside looking in.
For sure.
And you here for it, you paying them, it's payback, homie. And
Yeah,
you doing it in
that.
full.
It's
You're doing it in full.
That. Whoever I'm around gonna know.
Yeah.
If they on that, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what it is.
So that shit meant a lot to you,
been,
and you know you appreciated it for sure, right?
Yeah.
Them letters, man, them pictures, all that shit meant something.
Love it because to me it's like they care.
Yeah.
So whether moms was telling me, why John, those not your real friends and all that, the shit they was doing for me like showed me otherwise. So what she was talking about didn't matter to me. It's like, the set was my first love as a kid.
Yes, sir.
Because I get to do what I want. Can't nobody tell me shit, don't talk to me. I get to do what I want.
Yeah.
I'm from a gang. I got older homies.
Oh, but there were rules.
Right.
I got you, though. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I'm following.
But outside of the house,
all those, I ain't going to break those.
Yeah.
I ain't going to break those.
Hey, man, man. Yeah, Taco. All right. And you were on the receiving end of that, man. That's a good look, man, especially for a younger homie.
Yeah.
A younger loved one to get that experience, man, of that love, man.
Yeah.
That guidance.
Homies always spread amongst each other.
Yeah.
In a time of need, you know what I mean?
And this is how you treat younger homies, right?
I always treat them like that.
Yeah.
Like my little brothers or my kids.
Yeah. You look out for them.
You look out for them. Always, if I got it and they need it,
man,
it's theirs.
And that's positive shit, bro.
Because of what was gave to me, I know how they, it's supposed to be.
What they say, pay it forward.
Yeah.
You pay it forward.
And sometimes that's tough, again, to implement old rules into different generations.
A new cycle.
So for instance, we had a homie, he pulled a gun on another homie, and it's like, well, and the justification was that he did say he that. Like, don't matter, homie, we don't do that.
There's really no justification,
right? So. And we love you. You like a mascot. You a good dude, but you hit a foul ball, and the consequences is you gotta get an issue. Is this? Yeah, and so sometimes it's tough because a lot of times it might be a homie's son or somebody in his family or whatever, and you got to make that call, and like this the only way we're gonna be able to survive. Yeah, and nobody's bigger than the set. So it's like, you gotta adhere.
And we're not
right. And again, that's one of the blessings that we have as a smaller set. Again, we, got people on speed dial or whatever. And, even the moniker payback is a revenge term. It's like,
yes, sir.
This is the outcome of what you did, what you initiated. So you can start off being the aggressor, but at the end, this is. So that's to say that, we don't encourage homies to go out and just do this and go do that and create wars and situations. However, but if somebody,
yes, sir,
come through,
the payback is coming.
Yeah,
because that's all we know. That's all we know.
Yeah,
that's what we push. It's payback time.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah. So
I take the term payback. You said it is a revenge term,
right?
Yeah, and I think by definition is almost that. Exactly.
Yeah.
But just listening, y'all, man, the payback, it for me, just listening, y'all, it got a new spin to it. It's some good shit. It's some good shit for those who had that coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who's deserving?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Man, this your payback, man. And it.
Yeah. And that doesn't mean that we don't have situations of homies that might get drunk or go out and do something and start something in the name of the set, and then now we got to go back and we thought y'all was a revenge. Y'all look at y'all tripping for no reason, and it's like, yeah, all right, but we got to reel it in. You right? We subject to error, but we got to fix it. But again, because we can, call a meeting, which we make it that you need to be at this meeting, because if you don't have the same information, you subject to be slipping or or promoting something that doesn't exist no more. We might have mended some fences over here, or something over here is kind of like, they ain't looking too cool, but you gotta stay in the loop, and we talking about an era where there was no cell phones, that we already knew, like, you need to come to the hood because this was going on. And then now dudes got cell phones, and if you're not knowing what's going on in your community, then that's really like shame on you, because you too disconnected.
Their cell phones.
Because I don't care where you at. So we got homies in different parts of the country and they'll dial in and they'll know what's going on. But the beauty of that is that they can emulate that out there. So they don't have to have whatever so-called enemies or situation that we have out here to take that out on somebody out there. So that can keep things, neutral out there. So that's the beauty of that, kind of like keeping that close knit where homies, because we know if we ain't heard from a homie in a couple of days or whatever, we calling for him, or we going to look for him or whatever. Is homie all right? He in jail? Or, tap in. Homie. We ain't saying you to come stand in front of the liquor store all day long, but just tap in. Let us know you all right.
You all right.
Because the reality of it is, if you're gonna be turned up or whatever in somebody else's hood, just come on home. You might as well just turn up in your hood. So we do try to keep a close eye on homies and making sure that they in line. And it's, whether it's little homie, infant homie, whatever it is, that if you claiming or representing this community, then you got to go, you got to adhere to these protocols.
Yeah, you have to adhere to get out.
Yeah.
Hyder the Rider.
Yes, sir.
What was it like for you, man, to be on the receptive end, man, the recipient of these letters, man, these photos, this love, man? What it do for you?
Well, like I said, so I did my time, I did a single cell. So I had a cellie, and as he's seeing it, he looking like, okay, because his homies wasn't doing it.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So he looking, so that's letting him know what part I played for my set.
That's one thing who you were.
Right. That's what he's getting from that. And everybody else there's no payback that was in the system. They saw that also. Like, ooh, I'd heard a whole bunch of homies say, damn, I'm like, shit, I wish I had it like that, or we was doing it like that then. So that's one thing we was proud about. Like I said, going to the stove, receiving that letter, or listening to one of the females say, oh, your homies this and this and that, or like Lucky said, moms might have said certain things, but then as time went on, she said, they really is your friends.
These your dudes.
Your homeboys.
They got your back.
Right. My father saw it. He was like, whoa. From courts to coming to court for
me. You come from a 2-parent home?
Right. No. My pop stayed in Carson, Daniel Raymond. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But yeah. I was raised with my step pops. You know what I'm saying? He pushed. He showed me the ins and outs. He was out of Fudge Town. You know what I'm saying? So just things like that there. But yeah, the majority, I had a father in the house. Right. Yeah. Right. Step pops, but he was with the business. You know what I'm saying? And taught me a lot. But yeah, receiving them letters and everything else, it played a hell of a part.
Meant a lot to you.
They stopped a whole bunch of times, people coming to court for a motherfucker, just the homies. You know what I'm saying? Pushing up. However they pushed up, and it went smooth.
That meant a lot to you, though.
Oh, yeah, man. Like,
looking at you.
Gone. I could have been. I still could have been gone if it wasn't for them. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? However they addressed it, approached it, they made sure everything went smooth. You feel what I'm saying? So that felt good on top of the letters. And
you knew Taco was behind this get out.
Josh Slim, all of them. They had a crew. He knew what crew to go get to make it happen. Yeah. You know, because we got everybody play different positions. So
that's right.
We go get the ones that's with the rah-rah, the one with the stare down, the one that's business hand, and whatever it is, he know exactly which one to go at.
It takes all kinds.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, it takes all kinds.
You know what I'm saying? So that's it made me, it just turned me up. And it gave me some real support to keep pushing and striving. You feel what I'm saying? Right along, because I'm up there with y'all. I'm pushing with the grooves. I'm one man. You know what I'm saying? There might be some S guns up there, shit like that there. They might be on the gangster tip like that there, but we all know we Dana. We all know we gonna see each other again at Raleigh Park. Everything. You know what I'm saying? So we made sure that everybody did know S gun get into it. I'm finna go.
Front line.
I'm gone. I'm finna go with the homies, homie. And the gangster knew that the shotgun, hey, that's the homie Big Knee, homie. That's them back gangs, homie. We finna go. So everybody, the big cliques understood that off the top. You feel what I'm saying? So back to the letter thing, made motherfuckers stand strong. Yeah. It gave you some backbone, some support to keep pushing.
and the letters kind of slowed down with the technology of the phones and
Right.
stuff like that.
Right.
The letters was coupled though with also on hand. So it was homies who had kids that might needed Christmas presents,
Yes, sir.
or their mama needed the grass cut
Yes,
or
sir.
something like that, and they got wind of it and they called, "Yeah, what's going on, mama? Yeah, your boys came over, cut the grass today," and things like that, to where the mothers began to see, yeah, okay, they ain't as bad as I thought
Right.
they
Mhm.
were. Because I was the one that was, everybody always say, the mom would say, "There's something about that boy. I don't know what it is." I was the one, because everybody was going to jail with me. I hold the title of going
Stay
to
away from
jail.
that boy. Stay
Yeah,
away from
that
Top.
little light-skinned boy, I don't know about him. But as time went on, I began to prove myself that, this is out of love. This is just part of the protocol. Your son joined the gang. This is what it is. He's just going through what I went through. But we had that obligation to where we would actually get on homies' bumpers if they didn't write a homie.
You said obligation.
Yeah, that's an obligation. You need to come to this meeting.
Turn your phone on at least so we can call collect or whatever it was.
Obligation.
At least do that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
The homie
Contribute to this cause.
Yeah. The homie mama
It's like
passed.
you should want to do that naturally anyway.
Anyway.
Yeah, but some people need to be
Anyway.
told that though.
Right.
And that's true too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
A lot of people don't understand that. Yeah.
Because it's people that claim the set, or represent the set, maybe because they have nothing else to do. But then it's some people that genuinely love it. It's just like
they're part of this shit.
It's just
for real.
something happened to me that makes me just like this obligation, is this commitment that no matter what mama say, no matter what my wife say, what my kids say, whatever, I'm going to the hood. I'm going to the set. I remember times getting out of county jail with the wristband still on, and going to the hood before I even made it home. I just felt that
was the first stop.
Yeah,
that was first stop.
Right.
First stop.
It's like protocol though,
Yeah.
in a sense. Yeah. So anybody do anything different, we look at them different.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna change. And Luck has said
First day
that.
out.
Luck said
right.
that. He said,
It ain't never been no different.
my other family.
Yeah.
And that meant a lot to him.
Yeah, after saying G-Mom's uncle, all that, that's thing in line with the homies. It didn't take but an hour or so to see G-Mom. After that, I wanted to see, I was wanting
you front and center.
Yeah, my real homies, I wanted to. That's like an automatic check-in.
Right.
Not know I had to or none of that. That's
something you wanted to do.
Right.
First day I'm out.
Now you wired like that.
Yeah.
When I
You
first
wired like that.
Right.
Yeah, the first day I'm out after doing prison time, from 17 years old to 23. First day out, I get home bored. 2 hours later, Mons done went in the room, start reading the book. I call Big Slim. He come pick me up. I write on a 9, and thus begins that part.
Right.
Yeah. Before I go in, but it's always been like no timeouts in between.
Yeah.
He was up north for 2 months. It's always been, the verb in the hood. Payback has always been like some basically payback stuff.
I want you to speak a little louder because they want to hear that shit.
Yeah, gang related shit. That's what it's always been along the way with my homies. But it's been a natural thing. Yeah. I wake up, I want to go there and see who there and be around them and all that.
Yeah. You're involved with this. Like you said, this is your other family.
Yeah.
And you am 10 toes.
Yeah.
I want to ask you guys, man, respectively. When you found yourself inside, what was that like? I mean, how much time?
Again, I did increments. The longest time I probably did was 5 years. That was in the feds.
Let's talk about your last time.
That was fed. Yeah, that was in the feds. I went to the feds for selling guns. Ended up thought I was dealing with a dude from another hood, and he was dialed in with the FBI, and I ended up selling guns to the police. So I got an interstate transfer of firearms from Arizona. They gave me 57 months, 5 years, and it was different because I had already did state time. I did state time in the 80s. I think I might have ran across you in Soledad or somewhere. Yeah, so I got a D number.
I think we was in Central together.
Yeah, we was in Central.
I think about 86. 87,
because I was next door to Holy Ray.
We was there.
I think Face from front of it. But so I seen you there. 10 years later, I end up in the feds. Started off in Arizona, ended up in TI and then going to Taft. And my experience was a little bit different then because it wasn't the state, it was, I had always looked at
the beast.
I had
so to
always
speak.
looked at the feds as a more sophisticated type of,
Ain't that how we see that, right?
Yeah, like
A high echelon
like
of
these dudes got to
incarceration.
be ultra sharp,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they millionaires.
These are geniuses in
Yeah.
terms of crime, so to speak.
And a lot of them
Yeah.
was, but some of them was in there because of the crack law. Dudes, they get caught with an ounce of crack and got 10 years, and then you had the dudes who was the millionaires. But that was different, again, because I was already in my transition. So my transition started in 1993 when I stopped drinking and smoking Sherm. Sherm was my drug of choice, and I became a different person in the sense of how I felt about the set and about Crip and everything. But when the day that I stopped, I began to transition to where my mindset, I still love the set, I still, want the best for my hood, but at the same time, I wanted personal development. I was a father of 4 kids. Yeah, and I was, I said, damn, I gotta do better for them, because they didn't ask to be here. So I was father of 3 daughters, 1 son, and this was in 93. My case started in like around 95. So this mean the interaction with me and the dude that told them, they didn't come get me till 97.
Whoa.
So I'm in the feds in 97. Like, damn, I wasn't getting high. I wasn't doing nothing. I ain't been to jail. I'm being, good father, good husband, whatever. And they just decided to come and snatch me, took me. So nobody was on my case. It was, just one case. They wasn't inquiring about anybody else or whatever. And I just did my time. Doing the reciprocal, the letters from the homies and calling or whatever, technology is developing, so I can communicate a little bit more better. And all the homies wasn't doing what I was doing as far as with the letter write. Some homies just wasn't familiar with it, or couldn't really figure out the relevance of it, sitting down for a few minutes writing a letter, putting a stamp on it.
You said the relevance of it.
Yeah, and what that meant to me. And now imagine me, the dude who was doing it. Now
you're on the receiving end, like, hey.
On the receiving end. So I'm looking for bulk mail at this point, not just a letter. I'm looking for bulk mail because I done wrote all you dudes and took care of you, whatever. I don't even need no bread. Just, drop me a kite, shoot me some pictures. For the most part, I got pictures, homies just wouldn't get it right. But that experience was unique because in the feds, it was more of a California thing. It was like, if you from California, that's who we riding with. Crips, Bloods, non-affiliates, even essays. Like, you from California, because all them dudes over there, they don't like dudes from California. They don't care about none of that other stuff. So it was a bond that was created there that we just knew by default. Anything that's like kind of happening on the street, it shouldn't forge a wedge between us. That we could stay unified no matter what. So that was unique within itself. The visits, it kind of broke my back with my wife. I was married for 17 years. Like, this ain't family visits, ain't nothing happening. So that was pretty much the end of that. So that last sentence,
that situation that terminated your.
It did, and it bothered me the most because I've been going to jail since I was 12 years old. So I never had a problem with jail. I go, I adapt, find who I'm with, whatever, and I'm good. But this particular time, because I found myself again, I thought I was doing all the right things. I was working, I wasn't getting high, wasn't drinking, wasn't doing nothing, doing all the right things, and I was taken away from my family. And I felt that I left my family vulnerable, to the elements. And I felt I'm responsible for them, and I'm not there. And that gave me the mental anguish that I went through. Again, during the time, whatever, I know how to navigate through that. But the mental piece of, like, you ain't gonna be there for your family. You finna be gone.
Missing. MIA, man.
At a critical time where all my children was gonna be turning teenagers while I was away.
And you knew you should have been there.
And I knew that I should have been there. And there was nothing that I could do to change that. Wasn't no appealing, no case, wasn't no nothing. It was just like, this is it. Thank God he kept them. I came home, didn't have my wife anymore, but my kids, they all in line, and God kept him for me. You know, my mother stayed alive.
Man.
Some of the tragedies, the horror stories that I would hear about homies going to jail, they just, man, you know, if something happened to moms, I don't know how I'm gonna handle this. Deal with it. So those were some of the things that I dealt with the mental anguish of being locked up.
Yeah. See, that's representative of a lot of what we went through. A lot of brothers I'm pretty sure can appreciate what you're saying because they've been there. You know what I mean? They can understand and relate to what the hell you're talking about because that's some real shit. I went through it. Everything you just said, I went through that. I went through that, man. So, you know, just hearing it from you, man, you know, okay, I ain't the only one. You know, that was a cold experience, you know. It had, for me, I can recall just having a certain fear all the time because I was gone. My family, I've always been the provider for my family. You know, my mom's, man, just be there when I get there. Just hold on, I'll be back. I'm coming. Even with the life sentence, I'm coming. I'm coming. Just hold on, mama. I'm coming. My brothers, you know, and then we lose our brother, our youngest brother, get murdered. And I raised him. You know, I remember moms had him. I was going to Wilcrest Elementary. I had to leave at 12 noon to come because he was a baby, and I knew at a certain time I had to leave school, literally leave school. Wilcrest Elementary, go take care of him, change him, feed him and shit. And that was the end of my day, you know, for a school go. But I raised this dude, and he gets murdered in 2004. Before that, I was telling you, man, just be cool. I'm coming home. He was a Damo. He's Damo, man, out of Inglewood. You know, I'm coming. So I can relate to what you're saying. Just say, hey, man, I'm not in the right place.
Right.
I'm not in the right place, man. You know, that was an experience. I ain't got over that yet, but yeah. I can relate to what you're saying. Hey, all right, look, man.
Yeah.
When you hit the joint, your last get down, you speak to that, man. What was that, man? Especially with the support or whatever was going on with you and the loved ones.
Well, that was 04.
Hey folks, 7-Eleven, the Deuce and the Nine. You have been, you will be under the bridge.
But we ain't gang banging, this is about education. We trying to educate our youth right now, nigga. Hey. Said day is the best day. Skip walking across the floor in the best way. From Trey to the one way. It's a stump day. LA to the NY. Let this funk play.
Back in them days, it was love, loyalty, respect, and honesty.
That's my nigga Gumby right
there.
You know,
ex-busters, hooks, and snitches put on pedestals and ventilators.
Say lows on that Hoover shit. HIP, Tiny Moon, one of the hardest poets I ever heard connected with this star shit. Hey. Baby Jap and Jap 5, quick to set it off on the mic in the shack live.
When the shit get real and feel to the wheel, and then you will see a light. You sitting up in that motherfucker, looking at that light sim, that death sim.
Then they run into a witness stand, telling on their own homeboys.
Hoover stomp all night like this. Hoover stomp
I know
like
trouble, I know how to start them kids.
I'm a New York nigga in the Pacific Sun. I say West Side Hoover if you ask where I'm from. Finest California runs, infusing my lungs. All about my bread, I ain't leaving.
Understand the end game. What's your end game? What's your purpose?
Keep one in the head or I don't need a gun. I'm with Hawk on Hoover Street with a low ass jump. Hopping down Figueroa with a whole selling cunt.
You have been.
Like this, come second to none. Grooving like Stone Young, grooving like Booker Bone. I'm bad to the bone.